Hey everyone, welcome back. And today we are doing Babel. You know, considering last episode that we were talking about taking Jerusalem.
My favorite Babel, my favorite place.
Yeah, so I swapped out the old card that said that give yourself 150 health, and with the new one, Vitality, because it says increase your initial. Yeah, no. How did it? What was it worded? It was like the original one was like increase your initial health by 50, and then this one that I equipped, it was like make your minimum 150 health. Like it's a very like one of those differences where if you look at it, it's like this is like exactly the same, but there is a slight difference. And
You
hmm?
you thick bastard. You didn't even attempt to get the joke, did you?
What joke?
You say like, now we're playing Babel, like, Babel, my favorite place.
Oh yeah.
You didn't even try to get it,
No,
dickhead.
I'm too retarded. But anyway, so, I think last time we were talking about Has Been Hotel, and, I think, like, overall, just to give my final thoughts on it, I'd give the show, like, a 5 out of 10, mostly because there are a lot of interesting and good ideas. It's just that I'm not sure if it's, like, the creator getting a little bit needing more yes men, or not more yes men, needing more, like, opposite of yes men, like, basically someone to rein them in and say, like, hey, are you sure this is a good idea?
The opposite of yes men, I think those are the tard wranglers.
Basically.
Yes. Same thing as those we just did.
Yeah. The people who were hung up was about your opinion has been hotel for the last recording. We're gonna be waiting a few days, right? In between episodes.
Yeah. I usually, for those who want a secret as to how I upload videos, basically once I get the recording for the world done, I split it up into the episode parts and then upload them all at once and then release them like one at a time. That way it saves me on waiting around for everything to upload. So I just get it all done at once when I'm sleeping.
On a semi-related note, I was in a Discord server a few months ago, and out of nowhere, like, someone posted a tweet from a guy that I follow, and which I have contact with in a guilded server.
Okay.
His name is like Victor. Forgot his last name because he's Dutch, and I don't care.
Well, at least it's not
And,
Polish.
But yeah, Victor is he's involved with the whole OSR scene, and he has his own content that he creates that he publishes for RPGs. So he made a tweet saying, imagine doing prep. All the preparation I make for my sessions are based on whiskey and unbridled autism. And I saw someone post a screenshot of that tweet, and quite a few people reacted with based.
Some of my best sessions have been done on.
Yeah, that's actually kind of the funny thing, or like some of the more fun sessions that I've had have been like entirely like the players just doing roleplay shit or whatever. I will say that I'm not sure if it's just a me thing that I'm just able to do this or what, but There's like a lot of videos out there that say, oh yeah, about keeping notes as a DM. And I'm just like, people keep notes? I just remember everything.
I have Gokubon here to take notes. I don't take notes myself. I should, but
You know, honestly, I started doing that because I cannot remember it myself. Like, what the hell happened last session?
Yeah.
Like, I just put on the habit of taking notes and.
Yeah, so like I said, I'm not sure if this is just a like a me thing, like I just have a good memory for this kind of shit, but yeah, for whatever reason. Oh, by the way, that was the grappling hook that he tried to shoot at me.
Oh, if it only was the same thing for the movies you've seen.
Look, it's not my fault that I keep getting Sleeping Beauty and fucking Snow White mixed up when they're both about a princess who gets cursed into a sleep. Especially when the one is literally called Sleeping Beauty.
Well, we watch both now, so you don't have to worry about. You don't have to worry much about that mix-up anymore.
Hopefully.
Yeah.
Now we just have to
You know
watch
what?
Maleficent.
No.
I never watched.
I don't know. If you can have that for movie night the moment I lose a bet or something, because I'm not watching that garbage.
Okay.
But you know what would make this level more fitting with the story of the Tower of Babel?
If there was every nationality here speaking a different language.
Yeah, like every enemy that you fought was just shouting another word in a different language. Like the guy's kamikaze at you saying like "What's up?" Or some of the other soldiers just run at you saying "Oh!"
That was a big thing.
Oh well, at least they got Crusaders, so good enough.
Yeah.
Oh, I forgot to mention, the level condition is to get every single box of ammo. And I think there's something like 200 to collect, so that's why in that first area I was bouncing around checking the corners, because they hide them in and around that area. Actually, speaking of languages, I've recently been trying to learn Japanese. And one of the reasons is because I'm genuinely thinking of, like, moving at some point. And, I was thinking, like, you know, maybe Japan, because I visited there and I've been doing my research as to, like, how the culture is and all that, and it's, something I'm just sort of like, yeah, this is alright.
Are you interested in visiting the festival for the penis statue?
The penis statue.
Yes. Are you gonna touch the penis statue?
Well, I mean, as the saying goes, when in Rome.
It'd be fun to live in Japan, I think. Although it might be a bit of a trouble getting over the xenophobia.
That's what,
Japanese are not fond of foreigners.
It's okay. I have enough for myself. I can tolerate theirs.
well, that's the thing, like, some people have actually said to me, like, oh, you shouldn't go because of, like, oh, one person did say, like, oh, I shouldn't go to Japan because of, like, you'll never be accepted as one of them, and my thought was, like, well, yeah, of course I'm not going to be one of them ever. I was not born and raised in Japan. So, like, it's one of those things where it's like, I don't know. It's one of those things where it's like, I recognize it, and it's sort of like, okay, so, and?
Yeah, what's the problem?
if you're okay with the xenophobia, then nothing's stopping you.
Yeah.
I wouldn't say not to go because of that. I just, as long as you're aware.
Yeah, yeah. Like I said, I'm probably the fact that I've actually been doing research as to like how Japan is and like their customs and all that. Sadly enough, puts me head and shoulders above most people who move to Japan. Because literally, like, there have been videos where they're like, oh yeah, I moved to Japan and it turns out finding a job here is really hard because I'm a foreigner. And it's like, no shit, stupid!
I wonder if that's the case with, well, I guess it wasn't like so much like that with Chris Broad. You know, I don't know if you guys know him. He does a channel called Broad in Japan.
Is that the British guy who got famous off of his 10 Things Not to Do in Japan?
I don't know if he did that video, if he has that video, but he is a British guy, yes. Try not to hold that against him.
Yeah, I think I know who you're talking about.
Yeah, and he was talking like he went to Japan, I think in a program where as an English teacher.
Yeah, that's from what I've heard. That's the easiest way to get into Japan is to teach English, and the caveat there is that you have to be a native English speaker. So,
Yeah.
like, you could not become a English teacher in Japan.
But they do have like I think they have a law that like for any language you can only teach the language you are native of. At. Is that like the preposition native of, native at?
Native art.
Yeah. So well, I think there is still options for me.
Yeah, but the demand for Japanese right now is they want English speakers. I don't know how many would want like this. What's your native? Is it Spanish or Portuguese?
One day we're gonna meet in person and I'm gonna slap you for that.
It's close enough.
How do you not know already? It's Portuguese.
Okay.
I have some.
That's strange for an Egyptian like yourself, but okay.
Yes. I am the Sean Connery of our universe. No, I am the Ramirez of like. You guys seen Highlander, right?
Yes, and I told you that. Like, he's a native Scotsman who speaks with a thick accent, but he's apparently Egyptian.
Yeah, he's Egyptian and he's called Ramirez.
Called Ramirez, and he fights with a katana.
Yes. Oh, and the funniest thing is that the Belgian guy with a somewhat Frenchy accent is playing the Scottish.
And then he fights with the katana, right?
Yeah, he gets the katana from Ramirez. But yeah.
But yeah, it's. I was also thinking like maybe I could teach English in Japan if I were to get into that program, which, again, I would say that it would be a job that I would be suited to, if only because I know the difference between there, and there. So that probably makes me overqualified to be an English teacher.
It's totally feasible that you do it. They don't make a lot of money. They make like a part-time wage.
Yeah. It's
my
more for
brother's
like a.
taught English in China. You don't really need qualifications for it as long as you're a native English speaker and you speak a bit of their language.
I think I think it's mainly just a reason to get a foot in the country.
Mm-hmm.
And once you're in the country, you can probably look for other measures of gaining permanent stay.
Yeah, but here's the other sad thing. Like, there was a video by a Japanese woman who's named Mrs. Eats, and she's a native Japanese person who talks about like the culture of Japan and everything. And she had her husband come on, who is actually American. And he said that, oh yeah, if you want to be teaching English in Japan, you're not going to get paid much because your monthly wage will be about 2,500 American dollars a month. And I just paused and I was like, that's more than what I'm making now. Like, that's the sad thing. Like, I work full-time night shift above minimum wage, and I only make 2,000 Canadian a month.
You make that monopoly money.
So you'll make a bit more.
Yeah. Like, so I guess that's another thing, is I don't know what tax rates are in Japan. So, who knows, maybe I'll get completely fucked on that, but still.
I do know the justice system is kind of fucked.
The justice system is fucked.
98% conviction rating, which is crazy.
Well, yeah, and they get that conviction rating because they're like, they'll arrest people for petty theft and then hold them in jail for 2 years, trying to get a confession out of them. So,
from what I've read, it seems like they kind of decide if you're guilty or not before you even go to trial.
There's also another problem with the homeless rate in Japan. They
sounds a lot like the American justice system right now. So what's the difference?
yeah.
I think the American one's a little bit better off, but not by a big margin.
Yeah. Right now, the American system, justice system is just keep throwing suing lawsuits at people until they go bankrupt and become homeless. But yeah, but the other issue that I've heard about in Japan is there is a homeless problem. It's not as bad as it is in like North America, but it is there. And the reason why people don't think it's there is because the government doesn't report it. They just kind of sweep it under the rug.
It's like the Chinese when they moved all their
Yeah.
Same thing happened like in or the Chinese when they visited their vassal state in San Francisco.
Or the Chinese when they visited their country of Taiwan.
Ooh, that one's...
Yeah.
I wonder how well that's
Well, it's already aged pretty badly immediately, so.
I mean, given how much a bunch of pussies the Western governments have been in handling China, it's not gonna be long until they decide to invade Taiwan for good.
Tell you what, next recording I'll let you guys know how well this video does. But
this video has been flagged by the CCP.
It's been flagged, copyright strike. Oh look, I got another 3 copyright strikes. My channel's been deleted. The CIA has been sent to my house.
Your social credit has been knocked a few points.
Yeah, I made Trudeau very unhappy. I do know that there are things directly tied to it. So if you have a bad social credit score, you can't use the internet, or you have limited access to the internet and to other social services from the government. And
Louder. Speak louder.
Oh, yeah.
Closer.
You can't own property, you can't rent, you can't leave the country, you can't leave the city, you can't work. They basically take away your right to live at a certain point in social credit score unless you do what they want you to do.
Yeah.
There was Zhuzhao Dong got his credit score knocked quite hard because he basically showed how much a bunch of line has when the masters are,
Oh, yeah.
and that upset the government. So he couldn't travel by train.
Yeah, and we need to link in the video description Zhu Xiaodong. Real guy, real story, very interesting stuff. Badass guy.
Kel, I can barely hear you right now.
I did leave that in. But you should leave a link for Zhu Xiaodong. He has an interesting story. True story.
Yeah. But anyway, on that happy note, we completed the level, and hopefully I got all the ammo. I'm pretty sure I did.
Now, to end the video on a happy note, we have to say how much we like the Communist government of China.
Double time and a
Glory
half.
to the CCP.
Just like the card I got. So with that, we skipped over that level because only available on the more difficult mode. But through the power of editing, we shall see you next time. Have a nice night.
Bye-bye.